evening. Welcome to LawSikho's thorough newspaper analysis for 14th August 2023. Starting with the today's agenda, the editorial which we are discussing from The Hindu, rebooting the courts, followed by the news update which includes national news, international news, important days, awards and sports, and followed by the legal news update. Coming up to the editorial section of today's session, rebooting the courts from The Hindu. Now, first we need to understand what's the issue. The law of country need to be overhauled from time to time to stay abreast with the developments in technology and society. However, the new laws that have been brought forward have retained most of the old provisions under a new gov. Now, what are the criticisms that new laws have been entailing? The names of the new laws, that is Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita replacing Indian Penal Code, Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita replacing Criminal Procedure Code, and the Bharatiya Sakshi Bill replacing Indian Evidence Act are to be referred wholly in their Hindi names. This is unusual because every law in India has an official translation in the respective official language of every state. The objective to have Hindi names is apparently an attempt to symbolize the de-angelicization of criminal law, although many of the old provisions have been retained. What are the minuscule changes that are required? The laws that have been changed are too far few, it seems, to have been necessary to overhaul an entire act. The deletion of sedition provision is a welcome change, and the new provision replacing it does not introduce overboard terms such as promoting disaffection against the government or bringing it into hatred or contempt. The new law criminalizes promoting separatism and armed rebellion and any act that threatens the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. False or misleading provisions have also been made punishable under Section 195. However, it is surprising that hate speech has been left out of the new amendment since the same has been in discussion for years. Mob lynching and organized crime have also got new section. Making videography of Caesar mandatory is and provision for deemed section if authority fail to grant it within 120 days are a welcoming step. When it comes to the new criminal codes, we have made a new video on the update of the new criminal laws in CRPC, IPC, and the Evidence Act. Do check out the description for the link of that particular video and see what all changes government have come up, what are the silent features that the new code brings to us, and what all it will have an impact on the society as a whole. Now coming up with the national news, Protean e-governance partners PayNearby to democratize credit through ONDC. IT services company Protean e-Government Technologies Limited has joined hands with PayNearby, a branchless banking and digital network, to make credit services more accessible and affordable for Indians across the country, leveraging the open network for digital commerce. The marketplace will be launched soon for the last mile borrowers and MSMEs. Once launched, the marketplace will also allow for easy discovery of various lending products at affordable pricing to its borrowers. Now, launch of Indian Web Browser Development Challenge. Ministry of Electronics and Technology launched the Indian Web Browser Development Challenge on 9th August 2023 in launch program organized at India Habitat Center, New Delhi. The Indian Web Browser Development Challenge is an open challenge competition that seeks to inspire and empower technology enthusiasts, innovators, and developers from all corners of the country to create an indigenous web browser with its own trust store with an inbuilt CA India root certificate, cutting edge functionalities, and enhanced security and data privacy protection features. Proposed browser would also focus on accessibility and user friendliness, ensuring built-in support for individuals with diverse abilities. Moreover, the browser envisions the ability to digitally sign document using a crypto token, bolstering secure transaction and digital transaction. Now, the next news of the day, INS Chennai engages in joint exercise with Royal Saudi Naval ship HMS Jubail. In a strong commitment to ensure secure maritime environment, the Indian Navy has strategically positioned its indigenous crafted guided missile destroyer INS Chennai within the Red Sea. The mission marks a pivotal step in safeguarding global waters. Embarking on its onward journey from Jeddah, INS Chennai marked on a passage exercise with a Royal Saudi naval ship HMS Al Jubail on August 5th. The joint endeavor executed off the coast of Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, encompassed intricate tactical maneuvers, depth seamanship evolution, and rigorous communication drills. This collaborative actions not only fortified the bedrock of mutual reliance, but also solidified the operational rapport between the two maritime forces. Furthermore, this exercise stood as a testament to the burgeoning interpolarility that have taken root between the Indian Navy and its Saudi Arabian counterpart. Now, Union Home Minister to fund rupees 561 crore flood risk management project for Chennai. The Disaster Management Division for the Union Ministry of Home Affairs will fund the project for integrated urban flood management for Chennai Basin, which seeks to re-establish surplus canals for erstwhile minor irrigation tanks in the city. The work is estimated at rupees 189 crore. The project also includes the installation of software for remote operation of the surplus regulators during emergency and water supply regulators as sluices in the city reservoir at an estimate cost of 32 crore. Chennai Corporation will also form sponge parks in Mathur for groundwater recharge and rainwater harvesting structures at the cost of 34 crore as a part of the project. Now, coming up to the international news, Brazil's Amazon summit ends with a plan to protect the world's rainforest, but no measurable goals. Leaders and ministers from 8 Amazon nations signed a declaration in Belém, Brazil, that laid out plans to thrive economic development in their countries while preventing the Amazon's ongoing demise from reaching a point of no return. Several environmental groups describe the declaration as a compilation of good intentions with little in the way of measurable goals and timeframes. However, it was lauded by others, and the Amazon Umbrella's organization of indigenous groups celebrated the inclusion of two of its main demands. Now, International Youth Day is celebrated annually on August 12th. The day was designed as International Youth Day by the United Nations in the year 1999 after the General Assembly endorsed the recommendation by the World Conference of Ministers responsible for youth. Subsequently, it is being celebrated every year to highlight the importance of youth people as a driving force of change in the world. This day serves as an opportunity to raise awareness about the challenges and issues faced by young people, as well as to promote their active participation in social, economic, and political process, while providing a platform for governments, organizations, community, and individuals to come together to discuss and address the needs, concerns, and aspirations of young people. Now, coming up to the next international news, Exiled Belarus opposition leader wins Swedish Right Prize. Exiled Belarusian opposition leader Svetlana Tikhanovskaya won a Right Prize in memory of Sweden's assassinated Foreign Minister Anna Lindh for her tireless fight for democracy. The Anna Lindh Prize, worth 1 lakh Swedish kroner, is given to encourage primarily women and youth who, in Anna Lindh's spirit, show the courage to work against indifference, prejudice, oppression, and injustice, according to Anna Lindh Memorable Fund that awards the honor. Tikhanovskaya, who claimed victory against Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko in 2020 presidential elections, has been in exile since the aftermath of the disputed vote and lives in Lithuania. Now, coming up to the legal updates for the day, special court can proceed against accused for IPC offense. though sanction under Section 19 of the Prevention of Corruption Act 1988 is not granted by the Honorable Supreme Court in the case of A. Sreenivasa Reddy versus Rakesh Sharma. The Supreme Court recently held that a special court under Prevention of Corruption Act can proceed against an accused for offences under the Indian Penal Code 1816, even if sanction for prosecution has not been granted in respect of Prevention of Corruption Act offences as per Section 19 of the said Act. The appellant contended that it is not permissible for the special court to proceed against him for the offences punishable under the IPC as a sanction under Section 19 of the PC Act was declined. The Supreme Court rejected this argument on the ground that the section under Section 197 CRPC for IPC offences and sanction under 19 of the PC Act operate on different levels. Coming up to the next legal update, electronic shop repairing and servicing electrical goods is factory under ESI Act by the Honorable Supreme Court. In the case of Messrs. JP Lights India versus Regional Director, ESI Corporation Bangalore, the Supreme Court recently held that the electronic goods shop which sells goods and repair services, such goods can be said to be engaged in a manufacturing process using power as defined under ESI Act and Factories Act 1948. The court opinion that the firm's utilization of electrical energy for repairing electrical goods would make it fall within the definition of power used in manufacturing process under both the ESI Act and Factories Act 1948. The court noted that Section 2, subsection 14A of the ESI Act mentions the term manufacturing process and relies on its definition given under 2K of the Factories Act 1948. Interestingly, the word manufacturing process also includes repairing any article for its use. That's all for the today's news update. Do subscribe and follow our channel. Thank you so much.